It's funny, I think nowadays we're all such mutts, or at least I am. We've gone through so much and we have so much music at our fingertips. But when I was a kid, it was the only selection you had was what was in your mom's collection. And I remember, you know, it was so much Motown and so much great soul that I was really, you know, fortunate to be around. My dad was always into great soul singers and everything. But when I played guitar at an early age, I always gravitated towards the melody lines, and then I heard, like, you know, at Motown, the bass would stick out all on its own, and then Sly and the Family Stone, there was this tall, skinny dude named Larry Graham who was the bass player for Sly and the Family Stone, and I remember the whole, you know, everything from the... And he would just be, you know, and he'd be dancing and moving around, kind of goofy, but kind of super confident, and with a real deep voice and real skinny. And I was like, I can see that. And then when it branched off into like Graham Central Station, and he just took the bass to a whole new level. That was really what started to sell the bass for me. And that's what's cool about when he brought like overtone and fuzz in, and he was doing all that. He was doing all that shit, and I was like, where did that come from? And that just completely took me over. And then you know, sliding into Prince and realizing how a simple groove, like all day, how that can just be, you know, how that it's all, you know, there's so much sauce that you can put on top of that. And so I think, you know, I just started playing anything and everything, and then went through everything from the Stevie Wonder phase all the way through Michelle Ndego cello. Good God, that woman, like every 10 seconds, it's like the baddest thing you've ever heard in your life. And, you know, and so, like I said, now you're at a point where we're kind of all sort of mutts to some degree, I think. And so, you know, that's kind of what's shaped me. You know, to kind of push our sound, the funny thing is the push and pull that we all have within the band. It's, you know, Richard, the drummer, he's just this amazing, powerful John Bonham type drummer, plays a 26-inch kick drum with no hole, and it's just big, and you know, and then Nale with just world-class guitar tone over the top. Myself being an old school kind of soul guy, as far as the tone that I go for, it's usually flat wound strings, and I use old vintage basses, vintage Fender basses usually, and you know, and on the road I might take like a 57 or a 57 reissue or 62 or something like that, outfitted with the Aguilar, you know, with the Aguilar P pickups and stuff. And the tone that I go for a lot, no matter where I'm at, no matter where I show up at, I can look at a DB 750 and sound check just by looking at it. It's just consistent no matter where it is in the world. You go somewhere, there's a backline that you've never used before, you got 2 minutes before you're supposed to go on stage, and I can just look at it and say, yep, I know how this is going to sound. So yeah, we have a tune Angel City. We have a tune Angel City off the new record that's kind of like that Nutbush thing, and Tina Turner sort of Nutbush stompy thing. And what I do is generally the top kind of sets itself up like, and then I kick it in like. We had the good fortune of working with the incredible Don Was, world-class bass player, and had so much fun kicking around the bass ideas that I had on this record and being able to throw them by that man. And one of my favorite ones, and I think, you know, one of his that he'd even commented on the most, was a tune called My Heart Won't Fall Again, and it's just kind of that old sort of, almost even Amy Winehouse thing. It's, you know.